Hello everyone, this is Pratap Singh. Welcome back to our channel Code Caddy. So basically in this video we are going to understand how we can utilize React hook form in our application. So let's move to React project where you can see we are having this form using native elements. So if I'll show you here that we are having this user profile form where I'm having this states, one for storing the data, one for storing the errors, and this is a handle change logic where I'm writing to store the data. Then this is my validation written to validate each and every field, like for the email, password, and confirm password. Then here I'm having this handle submit. On submit we are calling the same method validate, where I'm checking if it returns an object with any of the key, then it means there is an error. Okay, so that's how it is working. And here you can see I'm having this input. So this input is is created by this Shadcn library. Okay, if I'll show you the code, so this whole thing is created by Shadcn. Okay, and for the css and styling stuff we are using the tailwind. So that's all a whole about this component. Okay, so right now we have seen that we have to write so much validation and all stuff, handle change and all things to control the things. So instead of doing those all the things, uh, I just want to use React hook form to maintain all the things on its own, without my like custom logic. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll come back here and click on this get started. Okay, here you can see I'm having this npm install React hook form. So we have to just install this first. Just install this and come back here. So if we'll go with documentation, here you can see first thing we have to do, that we have to import this React hook form and import two of the things. One of the thing is that is a hook called use form. Okay, so use form is basically the idea behind this whole form. Okay, whenever we have to create this React hook form, this is mandatory to use. Okay, so like this we have to do. And this is TypeScript, so I'm just telling the type of my form. So for us, that will be I'll show you one example. Here you can see I'm having this form data, and that contains first name, last name, email. So that is you can imagine it here. Okay, and here you can see I'm having this register. So register contains handle change, on blur, and all the other methods. Okay, so here you can directly pass it. Okay, like this. So if I'll show you our example, you can see I'm having this name, then value, then on change, and placeholder. See, these all the things will be inside this register itself. You have to just call it like this. Okay, so it will control on its own. So you can see they are not writing any handle change like us. So that's how it is working. So but in our case, we are using an external library, right? That is Shadcn. So that's why we are going to use this method integrating with UI library, where I have to use this controller. Okay, so let's start without wasting our time. So just copy this whole thing, okay, and paste it, and call this use form hook like this. So if I'll paste it like this, and you can see I'm having this use form already used. So okay, handle submit. So we can remove all these things, like validation is not required, handle change is not required. So how we can do this? Here you can see these are the default values. It is, but in our case we are having these as a default values. So I'll just replace them, and we don't need another state to store the data. So because use form already provide all the things, so we'll see. And we don't need this one also. So if you want data, like here you can see I'm having this use state to handle all the data. So if you want the data, then what you have to do, you have to just pass like get values. Okay, then this function will contain all the values inside, like first name, last name, and email and password. Okay, so just remove this. And if you want the errors, then what we have to do, we have to just call feed form state, sorry. Then inside this there is errors like this. Save it and just remove the errors like this. And then you can see I'm having this JSON data where I'm just passing the form data. So here I'll say get values like this. Okay, then handle submit will contain if I'll show you the code here, then you can see it is passing the handle submit from this use form like this and passing a callback. So for our case, for now I'll pass on submit like this. Okay, and create a on submit and make it any, because I don't want to write TypeScript for now, and save it. And inside this just say data with any, save it and console it. So done. So that's how it works. Now we'll remove rest of the code, because first we'll go with one field only and then we'll copy paste. Okay, now you can see I'm having this input box where I just need to pass this form data dot that value. Okay, so you are thinking of maybe that get values dot first name, but in that case we don't need to worry about these things. If I show you here controller, so controller we have to pass the name field, the unique value. Okay, then the controller will be provided by use form itself like this. Then these render method contains our input field. So let's say that is a in first name will be a type of input, that's why this is input. If it is drop down, then we can also pass that inside this render. Okay, and this field will contain handle change, on blur, and all the methods that is required. Okay, so we'll copy this and paste it and save it. Cool. And then we can just copy this existing code and paste it like this. Cool. And we don't need to pass value because it will be done by this field, and we'll say this, and we don't need to pass this name also. Okay, and save it. And then we can remove this code, and here things will work pretty much good, I think. Yeah, and if you'll see this errors and dot first name. Okay, so that contains one more field, that is actually this first name is object right now, and if I want to access a string, then we have to say it like this. So that's why I was using TypeScript. So those things will be helpful whenever you have to find out that thing is object, string, number, or and all. Okay, so let's come back here, and you can see I'm having this form ready. So if I submit, then I'm having this first name as a this random data. Okay, so let's say Ashwini, and submit, and I'm having this data. Cool. Now I want to create a generic field component so that we'll reuse that. So we'll do it firstly field. Okay, and inside that we are having whole logic what we have written there, and save it. Okay, what are the things we have required? That is control. Actually first control, then we are having requirement of name, then we are requirement of label, then we are requirement of errors like this. Cool. Then we'll pass this, and we'll replace this name with this, and we'll place this label and the placeholder with our prop as a label. Then errors, you can see errors already used, but first name here you can see that is hard coded, but will not hard code it. What will say get the error from that particular name field. Okay, and make it any for now. Cool. Now we'll remove the whole code like this and use our this field component. Okay, now what are the things we require? Control, and then errors like this. Then we are having name. So for now this is my first field, and first underscore sorry name, then label equals to first name. and there's space. Okay, save it. You can see we got this. Cool now. And then what we have to do, we have to just copy this and just paste it, paste it, paste it, paste it, save it. Then first name is done, then we'll say last name, and here we'll replace the name, last name, and then that is email. Then we'll say email is again as a label, then that is password. Okay, and that is also a password. Then this is last thing, that is confirm password. Okay, then here we have to say again as a label confirm password. Sounds like Dr. Jekyll right now, right? Okay, cool. Save it, then refresh it, and you can see I'm having whole form using this React hook form. If I save it, so we are having all the data. Right now we are not having validation, right? So for that, what we can do, we can come back here and we'll go this schema validation, and we'll copy this and install this. So basically what they are doing, they are going to create a schema for the validation. Okay, so you can see my data is type of an object, so that's why they are saying yep dot object. Inside that we are having this first name, and that is type of a string, and here age is number, that's why number, so we'll say number and then required. Cool. So hope that is installed. Yeah, it's installed. So just copy the same code from here. Will not write. Copy is the thing. If you are having ChatGPT, then obviously that is more easy. So now we'll use this and write schema equals to yup dot object. Cool. Then my AI will write all the things. You can see. So last name and string and required, then email, so you can see how it is writing all the things for me, and the confirm password, so that is a little bit annoying. So okay, now I'll say this like this, and this is also done. Okay, cool, save. Now one more thing, it is already good. Okay, now schema will be passed inside this use form hook. So here there is a resolver, this option resolver, we have to choose this, and here we have to pass that this yep resolver. We have installed it right now. You can see this hook form. Inside this hook form you are having this yep resolver, so you have to pass it like this, and then we have to pass the schema and save it. Cool, and come back and save it and apply. Then you can see I got errors. So you can see the errors like first name, so it's not user friendly, right? So what we can do, if you want to customize for that, you can see this is string and error is coming for this. So I'll say first name is required. Save it, refresh it, submit it. You can see first name is required. So that is how you can customize your errors. Okay, and one more feature I would like to show you, that mode thing. Okay, now if I'll say refresh it, and if I'll change the password, then you can see I'm not getting any error, right? So if I'll say my password will be of length, minimum length 6. Okay, so I'll say inside this mode there is a options called all blur on change. Blur will be like once I'll write all the things and click outside that input, then only it should work, and I'll choose for on change because I want to check validation on change. So if I'll write, let's refresh this once. So if I'll write this, then you can see I'm having these error once we are writing like this. Cool. So that's how this is way we can write our validation. Okay, and a few more things I want to show you. Let's say if I'll console my get form values, okay, outside this, I want to show you like how optimized this thing is. Save it and refresh. So if I'll change the value, then you can see I'm not getting any consoles, right? And in some scenarios, what we have to do, we have to check. So right now there is a errors, that's why that is re-rendering. Okay, so let's say we have a scenario where we want to check the password, like whenever we are writing. Okay, uh, then what we can do, we are having a watch. So watch, so let's say I want to watch for first name. Okay, so how will I write this? This will be array, then watch, and inside this array I'll say first name. Okay, and first name will be like this, and place it here. Cool. Object, save it, refresh. Now if I'll update the value of first name, then you can see I'm getting data continuously. So that's how you can use watch in your application if it is required. Okay, and one more thing, sometimes what happen, we want to set value of other field on the basis of one field. So then there is one more method called set value, like this. So let's say what I want to say, once my data is submitted, I want to replace, I want to just replace the last name as Singh. So whatever I've written, so let's say I'll show you how we'll do this. So I'll say last name should be Singh once I submit this. So how will I just save it and add it? Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and submit it. Right now that is Singh, so make it last name. Okay, and save it. You can see once I submitted, so the data has been updated. So that's how you can use set value in your logic also, so wherever it is required. So it is just for demoing this set value. So yeah, so that's all the things about this video. If you really like that, please hit like and subscribe to our channel. And if you really want to see like how we can create a dynamic form, then please subscribe to our channel to get notification and hit the bell button. Thank you.